Hi, hola. Welcome back to Witches of the Moon. I'm the Humble Apprentice. I'm your Friday host. This is season 12, week 17. This week's topic is Hollywood Witches we hate. I'm outside. It's still close to the road, so I hope that you don't mind hearing some cars in the distance and birds overhead. But I thought that this was a beautiful scene right here. And since it only lasts about 3 months, we have to enjoy it while we can. Well, the very first time I saw a witch on screen was for Snow White. And she was evil, and I was about 5 or 6 years old, and it was terrifying. I cried and I begged my mom to leave the movie theater, and she wouldn't because she said it's a movie for kids. Oh no, not for this kid. I did not enjoy the movie, and I was terrified. And I didn't care that at the end, she woke up. It was the corruption of power. It was just everything was wrong with what she was doing, and I was petrified of the the awesome powers that she held and she was misusing. And of course I'm analyzing it now. Back then I was just afraid of her. But the way that the occult is portrayed in Hollywood, that's what I hate. Not just witches. I mean, everything. Everything other than the accepted is portrayed as evil or something that could be corrupted. Well, I mean, billionaires can be corrupted, right? Power corrupts. Everything has a potential. It just depends on how you use it. But disempowering people, witches, men, women, and forcing them through guilt and fear to not use their innate powers is just wrong. And that's one of the things that Hollywood does. Well, you can't be in society, quote unquote, if you use, or if you are different, or if you have abilities that the rest of us don't have, because then we are going to fear you and you will be shunned or chased or run out of town or whatever other scare tactic. Now there's been a growing wave of acceptance of different or power, innate abilities, psychic abilities, clairsentience, clairaudience, knowledge of, communing with the spiritual world, ancient wisdom. There is an acceptance that is growing, and it's been fantastic because people can finally start to flourish and grow and learn to use their abilities, because there is a willingness to see into what was previously kept quiet and silenced and occult. hidden from the population, the rest of society. Only the few were allowed to learn the disciplines. So, yeah, it's not necessarily that I hate witches in Hollywood or their portrayal. It's what it does to humanity as a whole. Both people with power or people that don't use their powers or don't know they have powers, through fear and manipulation of their emotions and using their faiths, kind of pitting them. It's either or. You can't have faith in your spirituality and also have abilities, But now we're starting to see that it is exactly that. It is your ability to have spiritual wisdom and connect to your psychic abilities or your spiritual gifts. Hollywood witches that I think were portrayed in a better, albeit not, of course, true light, but Charmed was great because they actually grew into their abilities, even though at the beginning we see how difficult it was for Prue and how she struggled with wanting to be quote-unquote normal, and not be afraid of how she was going to be perceived. The new Charmed is also, I know some people hate it, some people love it, but I've seen some episodes where there's, they try to empower women. So it's growing on me. I know that a lot of people love Hocus Pocus. I just think that they made them so simple. They're just, I know it's for kids and stuff, but they made them not very intelligent. The ways that people dismiss witchcraft or the craft is by saying that, you must be dumb to believe such things. They dismiss it as a superstition that comes out of ignorance. And so that's one of the things that I do not enjoy about the portrayal of the witches in that movie. I of course enjoyed the magic. The Good Witch, that's a show that I don't hate her. But there's just something that's just a little too sweet, too not quite right. And you never actually see any magic. It's more like manifestation. She just manifests constantly. So she's apparently right in the flow of the universe, and that's why she gets to gets everything to go the way that she visualizes or predicts. Now, the Crucible, that was raw and that was painful to watch. it's, painful part of history. And Bewitched, I loved that show when I was a kid. It's cute, it's, magical, and you've got 3 different portrayals of magic and the use of power. One where she totally, is denied the use by her husband, which is so controlling. It's just like, really? Wash the dishes instead of, magicking the dishes? Come on. So, yeah, that was a very antiquated portrayal of the male-female power, and control. So, yes, I like it, but there was a lot of things that pushed me away from totally loving their interactions. So that was one portrayal of magic. So you had Samantha, right? Then you had the mom, Samantha's mom, who is portrayed like someone who hates humans, who uses her power to control them and to abuse them, and not in a very good light. Yes, she's powerful, but look at what happens when you have power, and then there was the mischievous cousin, who I actually totally loved. I thought she was a more real representation of what happened to someone that achieved that type of power. But also you see her get in trouble for her use of power. It's been many years since I watched the show, but that's the feeling that I get when I think about the cousin. I think that's all I have to say about Witches of Hollywood. Anyway, I hope that you have a great evening, a good weekend. Stay safe, and blessed be.